Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be going over the top 10 loadouts to be using in Rebirth Island as of right now. But quickly before we jump into today's video, if you guys are new around here, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications so you don't miss any more videos on the channel. If you do enjoy it, smash thumbs up and let me know your favourite class up in the comments below. Let me know what gun you use and the attachments, and I'll go ahead and try them out for myself. But let's jump straight into it right now. Okay guys, so one of the first class ups we're going to be taking a look at is going to be the SVA 545, and this is one of my favourite guns right now. It's been one of my favourite guns for a long time. I've really enjoyed using this gun, and it is best when you put it into the burst mode. As you can see, if I tap the trigger once and hold it, it's just going to be a burst. So you want to make sure if you are using this, you put it on the semi-automatic burst option, and I'm telling you, this gun is going to absolutely fry your lobbies in a Warzone right now. It's an absolutely insane class. Let's take a look at the loadout for it as well right now, guys. So we're going for the sonic suppressor on the muzzle right there. The barrel is going to be the STV precision barrel. For the optic, I actually go for the Corio Eagle's Eye 2.5 times. I just like how this gun plays with it, but you guys can obviously run whatever optic you prefer. If you play something like Rebirth and you want to run the Jack Glasses optic, go and chuck that on it. Whatever you want to run, you can go ahead and do. The ammunition is going to be the 5.45 high grain rounds to make a big difference to the bullet velocity and the damage range on this gun. And then finally, we are going for the 60 round mag. And like I said, guys, remember to be putting this gun into burst mode for it to be the best possible weapon and just for it to have the best possible playstyle. The next class, guys, is actually going to be the Rival 9. I don't see a lot of people running the Rival 9, but I actually really enjoy this as a close range option. Like, it's got really high mobility. You can get around the map really nicely with it. It does have a little bit of recoil for the gun, but we're using it as an SMG. We're using it close range anyway, and it's just going to absolutely melt your opponents because the fire rate on it is pretty quick. And I'm telling you guys, if you haven't tried the Rival 9 out, go and give it a go because I genuinely think it is one of the better SMGs that I've used in a long time right now. So I highly recommend you try out this Rival 9 class. And for the class on the Rival 9, guys, we are going to be going for the ZEM 35 compensated flash hider on the muzzle. For the barrel, guys, we're going for the Rival C clear shot barrel right there. The underbarrel is going to be the F-Tac MSP 98 hand stop. The magazine is going to be the 50 round drum, obviously giving us the biggest magazine size possible. And then finally for the stock, guys, we are going for the MTZ Marauder stock. And that's just going to help with a little bit of recoil that I said this gun does have. But yeah, there's the Rival 9 class. I definitely recommend you go and give this a go. Try it as your new SMG. Try it out in a game and just see how you do find it because I really do enjoy this. Next up, guys, for another assault rifle is going to be the STB 556 from Modern Warfare 2. And as you can see, this gun doesn't move. It has got literally no recoil on the gun. Super easy class to use. Like, if you guys struggle with controlling recoil or just hitting your shots with a longer range weapon, I definitely recommend you try this STB class, guys. It absolutely packs a punch. This gun does so much damage. The TTK is crazy. The damage range is really nice. And like I said, the key thing about it, it doesn't have a lot of recoil. It's a very easy to control gun. So I definitely recommend you do try this STB 556. And like I said, for the class for this, guys, we are going for, once again, the ZEM 35 compensator flash hider on the muzzle. For the barrel, we're going to be going for the FTAC FB20, which, as you can see, is going to improve the damage range. It's going to improve the gun kit control and the accuracy of the weapon overall. Speaking of improving the accuracy, we're going for the Bruin Heavy Support, which is going to help eliminate any more recoil that is left on the gun after using that barrel. The magazine is going to be the 42 round mag. This is the biggest magazine size that you can possibly have, and you might think it seems a little bit small compared to other assault rifles, but the damage this gun does, you don't need a bigger magazine. You can easily take 2 or 3 people out the game within one magazine with this. And then finally for the optic, guys, I do go for the Jack Glasses optic, but like I said, for the other classes, if you guys prefer a different optic, go ahead and chuck whatever optic it is that you do prefer on. And staying on theme for no recoil weapons is going to be this striker build. Like, look at how little recoil this gun does have. It literally is an absolute laser beam. You can use it at close range because it's an SMG. You can use it at mid range, and you can even use it at long range because it doesn't have any recoil, guys. This is one of the easiest guns to control within this game. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous the fact this striker just doesn't move in the slightest. So I definitely recommend you try this out. The one thing I will say, if you're going to use this as your SMG, is it doesn't have the fastest ADS speed. And there are probably some SMGs with faster TTKs than this striker, simply because we have got this built to be an all-range weapon. Like, this gun will just do damage at all kinds of distances, as you can see here. So maybe don't use it as your primary SMG if you're using a really long-range weapon like the Kar 98K. Because if you do get caught up close, you might start losing a couple of gunfights, but you've definitely got to try this striker out if you've not already tried it. So for the muzzle, guys, it's going to be the ZEM 35 compensated flash hider once again on the muzzle. The barrel is going to be the Striker Recon long barrel to increase the bullet velocity and the range. That's what's going to make it good at medium to long range. The underbarrel is going to be the Bruin Heavy Support, again eliminating any of the recoil on this gun, which is what makes this gun the absolute laser beam that it is. The magazine is going to be the 60 round drum, guys, give us the biggest magazine size possible. I do see some people running the 48 round for this class, so it's entirely up to you what you want to do. Obviously, if you do run the 48, you're going to get slightly better mobility and slightly better movement with it. So it's entirely up to you which one you want to go for. And then finally for the stock, guys, we are going for the Lockman Recon Series stock to again eliminate the rest of the recoil remaining on this striker. Just a very fun gun to use. It's a bit of a different option to use. Like I said, with this you might lose a couple of up close gunfights simply just because some classes are going to be built to be better than this and be faster than this and better at close range. But overall, at all kinds of distances, this gun will absolutely slay your opponents. Next up, guys, we've actually got a battle rifle that I see a lot of the pro players use, which does have a little bit more recoil, but the damage on this thing is so hard hitting, it is going to drop your opponent so quickly. So if you're someone that's a bit more comfortable with controlling a little bit of recoil that this gun does have, then I highly recommend you do try this gun out because it is going to absolutely eliminate your opponents. And the class we're talking about, guys, is the MTZ-762. And for this, on the muzzle, we're going for the Cassis Break L right there. The barrel is going to be the MTZ Precision Blackthorn barrel, which you can see right there. The underbarrel is going to be the Bruin Pivot Vertical Grip. The magazine is going to be the 7.62 times 51 30 round mag. And again, the 30 round mag is plenty big enough for the amount of damage this gun is going to do. And then finally, guys, for the optic, I do again run the Jack Glasses optic. But as I've mentioned, put on whatever optic that you do prefer. But this is one that I don't actually see too many people using, but I do see a lot of pro players use it. So definitely give it a go. See how you find it. See if you can control the recoil and if it is going to eliminate your opponents as good as it should be. Because if you can control the recoil on this, it is going to eliminate your opponents very quickly. And then, guys, for an SMG we could pair up with this, it's actually going to be the BP50 with a conversion kit. This BP50 actually fries at close range. It's got a really nice fire rate, and it is still good at medium to long range because of the fact that it is still an assault rifle at heart. So it is still going to have decent damage range. You are still going to be able to drop your opponents at medium to long range. As you can see, you can do the damage at those sort of ranges, but this class is definitely built to be a close range class setup, guys. So if you are going to use it, I highly recommend using it as an SMG, and like I said, maybe even pair it up with this MTZ right there. But for the class up on the BP50, guys, it's the ZEM 35 compensator flash hider on the muzzle. The laser is going to be the Chimera RYL33 laser. The ammunition, guys, is going to be the high grain round ammunition right there. The rear grip is going to be the TRST IV grip. And then finally, guys, finishing it off with the Jack Revenger kit on the conversion kit, which is obviously what is going to turn it into the SMG as opposed to being an assault rifle. But as I mentioned, it does still have assault rifle qualities, meaning you can win gunfights at medium to long range as well. Next up, guys, we've got an LMG, and this LMG, once again, does not have a lot of recoil at all. It's going to be the Holger 26 LMG. It's just a really fun gun to use. A lot like the other classes we've spoken about today. Really nice damage profile, all kinds of ranges, basically no recoil on the gun, very easy to control, and I think you guys are really going to start hitting a lot of your shots and taking people out the game with this class. And if we do take a look at the loadout, guys, it's going to be once again the Cassis Break on the muzzle. The barrel is going to be the Holger factory barrel right there to increase the damage range and the bullet velocity, but also take away a little bit of recoil. And then to take out the rest of the recoil is going to be the Bruin heavy support grip once again. I then chuck on the 5.56 high grain rounds for the ammunition. And then finally, once again, the Jack Glasses optic. I just find this the cleanest optic in the game, which is why I always run it. We've then got another overpowered AR, guys, that is just a very easy weapon to use. So if you're someone that struggles in the game, try this MTZ-556 out. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is so easy to control. You don't even need an optic on it to be accurate with this thing because it is just so easy to control. But it's also got really nice fire rate, and it's also got really nice damage profile, meaning it will take opponents out of the game very quickly. And for the muzzle, guys, we're going for the Cassis Break on this one once again. The barrel is going to be the MTZ Clinch Pro barrel. The underbarrel, once again, of course, the Bruin heavy support grip. It takes off all the recoil. It's just a broken attachment that you run on every gun, basically. The magazine is going to be the 50 round mag, giving us the biggest magazine size possible. And then finally, for the stock, we are going for the EXF Close Quarters Assault stock. Moving on to the final two guns now, guys, we have got the MCW and then we have got the FJX Horus. So let's take a little look at these. The MCW, though, is built out to be an SMG and not an assault rifle. Of course, it can still do the damage at the medium to long range, but this is going to be built out to be a hard-hitting SMG with really nice damage. Like, it's going to drop your opponents very quickly. The only thing it does lack in terms of an SMG is the super high mobility and the super fast ADS speed. I mean, the ADS speed isn't bad, but it's not as fast as some other SMGs in this game. So do bear that in mind. But the damage this thing's going to do is going to absolutely just drop your opponents up close. Like, it is one of the hardest hitting SMGs in this game right now. And for the class setup, guys, it's the ZEM 35 compensator on the muzzle. The underbarrel is going to be the DR6 hand stop to try and increase the mobility and the ADS speed. The ammunition is going to be the Blackout higher grain rounds. The magazine is the 40 round mag, as this is the biggest magazine we can run with the conversion kit, which is of course going to be the final part, which is going to turn it into that SMG style of gun. And then finally, as I did mention, it is the FJX Horus, one of the best SMGs in the game. It has been one of the best SMGs in the game for a long time now, and it is just a ridiculously fast killing gun. The mobility on this thing is absolutely cracked out of its mind as well, but as you can see, it does come with a little bit of recoil. So if you can control the recoil on this gun, you're going to drop your opponent so quickly. You're going to get around a map so quickly. It's just a very nice SMG class to use. And for the class setup, guys, we're going for the Zem 35 compensator on the muzzle again. The ammunition is going to be the 9mm high grain rounds. The optic is actually the Jack Glasses optic, and the reason I run an optic on this, because of that little bit of extra recoil, I like to try and be a little bit more accurate with it with an optic. The stock is going to be the no stock mod. If you guys are really struggling to control the recoil and you don't want the mobility too high, you can maybe try one of the other stocks. And then finally, guys, we are going for the Jack Scimitar kit on the conversion kit to finish up that class setup right there. But those guys are all the best class setups in Warzone right now and all the best Warzone loadouts. So I definitely recommend you do go ahead and try some of these out if you haven't already. Like I said before, let me know what gun you like using in the comments below, and let me know all the attachments you run on it. And I'll go ahead and give some of them a try, and if I do enjoy them, I'll reply to your comment. I might even make a separate video on those class setups as well. But I do really appreciate you guys watching all the way into today's video. I hope you have really enjoyed it. If you have, please be sure to smash a thumbs up. Let me know what class setup you prefer out of all of these in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, please make sure you do go ahead and do that. But I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next one in a bit.